Hey, good morning, folks. Bradley Cross here, BJC Outdoors. Hey, we're down here on Tennessee River this morning. Gonna do a little suspend drifting, man. The wind's light right now, so we're gonna start out doing that. Maybe the only thing we do. Just depends on how it goes. Finally got some calm conditions. It ain't gonna last long this morning. Supposed to get up, a little stronger than I need it for doing this type fishing. But this is a good way to pick up a big fish, man. First thing, so that's what we're gonna do. I got one skipjack. Probably gonna get 2 pieces out of it. It may end up going to dragon, man. Just depends, how this goes. But I'm gonna get these out. We're starting out about 35, 40 foot of water. We're just gonna let the current drift us down a path here that I want to stay on, and hopefully we can catch us a big one. So y'all stay tuned. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I've been excited about getting out here on this spot, man. I don't get the opportunity to come out here much, because it's so hard to get everything right. As far as the wind, current, several things got to come into play to do this and make it work. But usually if I can stay on the right drift and the right area, I can pick up a big fish. Like I said, it don't last long. It's just one of them early, very early morning deals and right before dark deals. So it's only the second time I've been able to come out here this year. If that tells you anything of how difficult it is to get conditions right. Because if it ain't, it don't have to be perfect, but when they're biting somewhere else, you really want things to be as close as they can be to perfect. Because I could be dragging this morning and catching some fish right off the bat, but I love suspend fishing, man, and I try to take advantage of it when I can. And I only got one skipjack, so I hadn't never done much good drifting bluegill. But like I said, in this area of the river, the skipjack is about the only thing that's out deep. The bluegill and stuff like that, they're up a little shallower. I'm sure there's some out here on the main channel, but just not in this area. It's the only reason I figured, I don't catch anything on bluegill out here. But we gonna see. Won't take but a minute to find out. I'm only gonna do this. I'm gonna give it about 30 minutes. And if I don't get any bites, then we'll go straight into our plan B, which is dragging. And if they do bite, we'll stay out here with them till they take my bait. So I wonder why I hadn't got any bites. I only drifted, we only been drifting for about 15 minutes, but I'm drifting across my best spot. So I thought, well, something ain't right, but I just happened to look back at my depth finder and see the Thermocline on there. So that's the deal. That's why we're not getting any bites out here. So we fixed to pull these up. I'm not going to waste any time out here because I know what to do and I know where the fish will go. So you need a fish shallower than the Thermocline set up. Right now it's set up between 25 foot and less. So if you stay 25 foot or less of water, you still be on fish because they're going to get out of this. They're going to get out of this Thermocline, especially with it just starting. It's just now starting. So, well, I'm going to get these up and we're going to head over and get in some shallow water and get on some fish. So y'all stay tuned. Alright folks, we're getting set up here now. I drug real close to here last time I was on this lake and thought it'd be a good place to start, but it kind of explains a little bit to me. I should have investigated a little more last time, but sometimes we get stubborn and we want to do what we want to do, and a lot of times that ain't the best thing to do. And but I didn't pay any attention to the Thermocline when I was out here before. Never really even looked for it, which it was just starting up, and it's still just starting up, so it probably wasn't that defined And it really is not that defined right now. If I didn't already know what it looks like when it starts, I wouldn't have a clue. But I did see it this morning. And like I said, 'cause that spot, my suspending spot there, usually you'll have a bite within 5 minutes. You know, if they're there and set up. And I drifted there for about 15 minutes this morning and never got one small bite. And then I just kind of looked down, see if there's any fish down there, and realized what was going on. But you got to fish the conditions, man. You can't fish you can't do what you want to do. And the fish up here will eat. You know, fish out there, I'm not saying you can't catch them in a thermocline, but they're very sluggish, man. It's too much. You know, the odds are already stacked against you. And you add the thermocline into it, and then it makes it for some very, very difficult days of fishing. You know, I hear people say all the time, and I'm the same way. You know, I love being out here, but I'm out here for a reason, and that's to catch fish. And you know, if you know you can't catch them out there, you know, in a thermocline, you know, get somewhere where there's not a thermocline. We're starting out in about 18 foot, pulling starting out at 0.7. That's what I've been doing here lately. It seems to work, so we're gonna start out with that and see. And another thing, you know, when the thermocline is going on, a lot of times these fish are aggravated and they just don't feel good, don't have a good appetite, and a lot of times you have to downsize bait. So, but I'm using skipjack on the outside, bluegill down the middle. Bluegill was a ticket the last time I was out, so I may end up putting bluegill on all of them. Even if they hit the skipjack, we'll be putting bluegill on all of them before it's over, because I only got them 2 pieces. But it is what it is. If they hit bluegill, I can catch all the bluegill they want to eat. It's something else you can look for, folks. And I just come through a mess of it. You know, if you don't have a sonar or unit that'll show the depth, the thermocline, the easiest, most detailed sign you can find is a bunch of bubbles in the water, and the water's just nasty as it can be. That's a telltale sign of the thermocline. And I just came through it, to be honest with you. I'm actually moving up shallower than I started, because I'm in 15 foot right here, headed into shallow water. But from here out to that main channel, it is nothing but just solid muck and bubbles. Like I said, it's just starting, but it's worse than I thought. The area that I fished the other day, it's ate up with that bad water, so I'm fixing to get in a little even more shallower and dragging the same deal, you know, stump beds, but looking for that cleaner water. You know, you got to get out of that bad water. You know, when you get smaller, narrow parts of the Tennessee River and the currents flowing through there, you don't have to worry about a thermocline. As long as the water's moving, it can't set up. But you know, like I said, this lake and most of the lakes in my area are a mile wide, so the thermocline, you know, it happens every year, and it usually happens in September. But everything's about 3 to 4 weeks ahead this time. You know, the spawn was early. The water temperature came up early, so I expected the thermocline to set up earlier, and it has. Like I said, it ain't that big of a deal if you know what to do about it and know how to fish around it. But it still can make it difficult. You know, like I said the other day when I came out, when I got done with that trip, I said if I was back on this lake, I was going to start in that specific spot. And then I get out here today, and there's a thermocline set up out from it, and all the nasty water is washed in there on the fish. Well, I know the fish are not going to be there, so I just moved on out. Didn't waste no time out there in it, because I know they're going to be running from that dirty water. And really, you know, the bait and everything that they're eating is running from it too. So, you know, it's just typical transition. And once this is all gone, or even if we get a big rain, you know, which probably ain't gonna happen this time of year, They turn up the current flow. It'll wash all this nasty mess out, and then the bite will be hot. When this is over with, the bite starts getting good, and it's good all the way through winter. So that's the only good thing about it. You hate to see it come, but you know when it's gone, and the fishing will be good. So, all right, folks, this ain't working, man. I done drug for about 25, 30 minutes with not even a nibble. But I'm starting to see the bubbles and the nasty water's working its way in shallower. But we're gonna get a little bit shallower and try to get out of this stuff, man. 'Cause like I said, it's not on the bottom. It's not set up right here, but the nasty stagnated water is in here. So I feel like that's a problem. We still looking, folks. We ain't giving up. I found a place right here that's got a little stronger current. It's just a little stretch right here. It's only about 75 yards wide, and the current's very strong. For some reason, it's like the river funnels it through here. And there's no sign of a thermocline right here, no bubbles or anything. So I'm thinking it may be some fish in here. There we go, folks. First fish of the morning right there. Feels like a pretty good fish. I don't think he's no monster. He's good enough. He just come up back here. He come up to get some fresh air. Get out of this old stagnated water. He definitely ain't no bad fish. All I seen was half of him. Like I said, I don't think he's no monster, but he done come up back there pretty high. I'm running 0.7, so I'm pulling against the current. Like I said, the current's pretty stout down through here. And it does make a difference. But I'm not gonna turn it down and get myself off a path where I'm trying to go. The only trouble is it hit skipjack and I only got 2 pieces. But last time I was out there was on a bluegill kick, so maybe I can get them back on it. Yep. Come on in here. Let these people get a look at you. Oh, that's a fat little rascal right there now. Some tadpole looking fish right there. All right, that took a minute right there, folks. But we get one more, we got a pattern. Hey, come on now. She's dropping shells out of her. Nice little blue cat right there to start with. Fat rough, she's almost like a marble, just as round as she is long. Well, all right, let me get her back. Dropping them shells out, man. Ain't no shells right here where I'm at, but she's been where they some shells. There you go, girl. Well, that was exciting right there, man. I was kind of sitting here doubting myself because, you know, I know this lake pretty good. I fish it quite a bit. But I was sitting here thinking, you know, I know the lakes down below me are a little behind on the thermocline. Oh, look at that. There goes one biting right there. I just let that one out. I was letting it out further and one took off with it. But anyway, what I was saying was the lakes down below me, especially like Pickwick, you know, it's a narrow lake, and the thermocline don't sit up down there in that area. So I was kind of debating whether or not to just fold them here and go down there. I got one, that's a head on that one, and I got 3 pieces of bluegill. And them are not big bluegill, but I just cut the tails off and chunk them out there, man. They'll hit them. Well, let's hope they do anyway, because that's all I got after that head's gone. That's two bites I've got on that head, but I hadn't hooked up with neither one of them. Heads to me is the best bait, but they're also the most difficult to hook up on a fish with when you're dragging them. You know, I got it hooked through the lip and up through the nostrils because I'm dragging. But if I was sitting still, I'd have it hooked through the meat behind the head. So we're just scraping the pot, man, for what we can get this morning. You know, if I do set up a pattern, we'll be able to catch them. But you know, with it being in a hot summertime, you gotta pick your pattern pretty quick because it's not gonna last long. Especially with this thermocline forming and everything, it's just gonna make it get worse. Oh, there we go. I had some camera malfunctions there for a minute. I forgot it was on. This one hit pretty hard, man. You ain't gonna get another line, are you? Surely not. Now you put the brakes on. Yeah, that's a good fish. Now we done found a pattern, folks. 2 good fish. Well, I got one in the boat. This one here, hopefully come in the boat. You know, they're not monsters, but hey, right now what's going on in the river, we'll take whatever we can get. He ain't definitely not a bad fish. This time of the year, there's no such thing. And they always want to come in on the most difficult side, but at least it is the side my net's on. I can't tell how she's hooked. She ain't hooked good at all. I don't even know how I got that fish to the boat. Well, we're making something out of nothing, folks. Oh, mate, another little fat girl right there. I'll tell you what. You definitely ain't missing no meal. Yeah, I had her hooked, skin hooked there, but she's actually hooked in a good part of the mouth. So that was the bluegill bite right there. Thankful for that. Come on with it. We'll take whatever we can get, man. Like I said, we wasn't gonna give up. I was debating on leaving, but that just ain't my way. Just dropping them shells out. Another good blue cat. You know, ain't no monster, but I call that quality. That's quality in August. I don't care what nobody says. You know, you may run up on a big one or even a monster, but that right there, if you can catch that size fish in August, this late in the summer, that's what I call quality. All right, girl, you behave for a minute. I'm gonna let you go. Right there, folks. That's what one of them fish spit up one, and that one I just caught, she spit up all four of them small ones. So that's what they're eating. If I could keep all the grass off of my rigs, I would do a whole lot better, guarantee you that. This lake's full of this crap, man. I deal with it every time I come over here. But right now it's really bad. Okay. Stay hooked up. No, man, that was a good fish right there. I feel like we're fixing to get a bite here in just a minute. This little spot we're coming up on just looks too good not to have a big fish on it. We're just about to it. Oh, there we go, folks. Now that one's headed to the deep side, so that may be a good thing. Nope, don't be doing that, don't be doing that. It's always a good sign when they go to deep water. Our deeper water, we're in the channel right now. Just randomly dragging. Now get over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Joker was under the boat. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. Ooh wee. That joker right there didn't want to get in the boat. She was under the boat, or him, whatever it is, was actually under the boat, touching the boat. All right, let me get some water in here. Done got a little later in the morning. Put that old stagnated, stinking water in my boat, but it can't smell no worse than that catfish line. I'll tell you what, while I got you there, I'm gonna go ahead and take this planer board off. Make it look almost professional, like we meant to do it or something. All right, it's definitely the biggest one so far. I think so. Oh, mate. Yeah, that's a good fish right there. Good fish right there. Folks, they are not easy to catch today, but at least I know why. All right, folks, let me get that rascal up right here. He won't act crazy. That's a big-headed male right there. That's a good fish, yo. Healthy fish, man. Well, alrighty. Let's get him back and see if we can get us another one. He won't act a fool. He flapped the far. Oh, he flapped the far out of my leg, man. Oh, hey, come on. I'm trying to help you out here. Ooh, man. That joker right there was mean now. He's ticked off about the Thermocline. I don't blame him. I'm ticked off about it too. I know when we crossed that spot, we was gonna catch fish. Now, I didn't know if it was gonna be this long or that long or a 100-pounder. I didn't know, but it just one of them places that look good, and it was. It's one there, and I guarantee you, I can go back down and pull back through there and probably catch another one. We're gonna drag up through here probably another couple 100 yards, and we're probably gonna end this one. I gotta get some bait, man. I'm out of bait. This is the last bait I had. I had one skipjack left, and I think 5 bluegill, and that's all the bait I got. So I got to use part of this day to make another bait run, but I ain't doing nothing now, folks, but dodging grass. I mean, it's a big, just a whole slick of grass and old nasty water. Just right out to my left right there, and I had to pull my planer boards in, had to reel one of them up, and then I got them tucked in right now a little closer than I want them, but I had to get out of that grass. But it is what it is, man. You know, the Thermocline, don't let it mess your trip up, you know. And if you don't catch a lot of fish, you know, don't beat yourself up, because that's just the way it is, man. The Thermocline can shut the bite completely down. But there's fish somewhere that will eat, but not all over the lake. If you find the areas it's not just beat down with a Thermocline, got more current running through it, or fish a lake that don't have a Thermocline that's got the narrow part of the river, you don't have to worry about that too much. So, well, it never fails, folks. I got one got hung, broke it off. I got to go chase my plater board down. Then this one got hung, and it was 30 yards that way, so I'm pretty sure it's probably a freaking trot line. But, you know, it's aggravating, but it is what it is. I guess that's a good way to, it's not a good way to end the trip, but it is a good time. Like I said, the bite's done shut down. It's late in the morning. I knew it would happen, but like I said, it's pretty tough this morning, man. Started out, like I said, I had no idea the Thermocline had set up like that. It was no signs of it the last time I was out. And like I said, I don't even look for that in August, because it don't set up here in August. You know, it usually September. But this year is a totally different beast, that's for sure. Everything happened differently with the spawn, and just everything is ahead. So, but we had a pretty good morning. I mean, I'm okay with it. You know, come out here and catch, 2 or 3. That's what I call summertime quality. You know, there's not, they're not dink fish, they're not monsters, but they're nice fish. That one was a pretty good one. But anyway, I'm gonna get this stuff up, man. Go back here, run my planer board down, and but I appreciate y'all riding along with me, man, and checking out this video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll be back out, like I said, on the next video. We'll probably be on a different lake. May even do some flathead fishing. I know places I can catch them on another lake, this time of the year. So y'all stay tuned for that. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See y'all then, and God bless you.